And in our ongoing series of the End of the Year Review, tonight we focus on the National Assembly. 2012 is a year where many Nigerians ask the question, how relevant is the National Assembly in improving the lot of Nigerians? For federal lawmakers, enacting laws which would directly impact the lives of Nigerians was one of the ways it tried to deliver on its promise. National Assembly correspondents Linda Akigbe and Lanre Lasisi in this special report look at the high points and challenges of the National Assembly in the last 1 year.
The National Assembly contributed to the development of the country in the last 12 months. This is perhaps the question on the mind of the ordinary Nigerian on the street as the year draws to an end.
Yes, the last 12 months have been largely rancor-free for members of the National Assembly, and several bills and motions that have far-reaching impact on Nigerians were considered by the lawmakers.
Honorable Ahmed.
The House of Representatives took the first motion. It began with a reaction to the news that government will be removing the subsidy on premium motor spirit. The news ignited protests across the country. In its first ever emergency session, the House of Representatives considered the issue and set up an ad hoc committee to investigate the management of fuel subsidy scheme. After a public investigation that was closely monitored by Nigerians, the committee presented a report that outlined endemic corruption, entrenched inefficiency, and a scheme which had been defrauding Nigerians for years. However, controversy began brewing around the corner. Representative Farouk Lawan was accused of receiving $620,000 from oil magnate Mr. Femi Otedola.
Anything done in darkness will always come out in lightness.
I believe ultimately I will be vindicated.
That was not the only controversy in the House of Representatives. Representative Hema Nhebe was also accused of improper conduct and corruption by the Director General of the Security and Exchange Commission, Ms. Aroma Ote.
I cannot have had the auditable career that I've had, and you want to rubbish my personal reputation?
Please hold on. Please hold on. This process will go on whether you like it or not.
It led to his resignation as chairman. Another committee completed the investigation and recommended that the DG be sacked. During the year, the Senate and the House of Representatives worked on two budgets, the 2012 and the 2013 budget.
In this security sector,
there was controversy over the implementation of the 2012 budget. Lawmakers in both chambers invited the Minister of Finance to clear the air on the controversy.
Now we have released so far 404 billion naira.
2012 also saw both chambers get into a rift with the executive over the non-implementation of the resolutions reached by both houses and the utterances of some members of the executive.
If that comment has been misinterpreted to mean that the federal government or myself do not respect the positions and the resolution of the National Assembly, I tender my apology to the Senate.
But nothing prepared Nigerians for the exposure of large-scale fraud in pension administration in the country, or the cat and mouse game between the Senate committee investigating the matter and the chairman Pension Reform Task Team, Mr. Abdulrasheed Maina.
We will now show to the press a warrant of arrest signed by the number 3 in this country, the Senate President, mandating Mana to come here on the date which we'll read to you.
I don't think anybody has gone from arrest. So I think it is just mere talking.
When the history of the National Assembly in 2012 is written, one of the major highlights will be the commencement of the process to amend the 1999 Constitution. The Deputy Senate President, who chairs the Senate Committee on Constitutional Amendment, looks back on the process so far.
As much as possible, democratize the process. So any Nigerian, anywhere in the world, who says he had not participated, definitely the person didn't want to participate, not because opportunity was not given for that.
Federal lawmakers in the 7th Assembly say they have done a lot this year, but they may have to do more in their oversight functions in the coming years to ensure yearly budgets are fully implemented.
The assumption of NNPCs that the Petroleum Act or whatever law does not give Parliament the power to
oversight the expenditure. And the point we are making, and the point we have made, and the point we will continue to make is that nobody in the Federal Republic of Nigeria can spend public funds without recourse to Parliament.
Evaluating the performance of the Parliament in the last year, a member of the civil society organization said the lawmakers took up issues which directly affect the lives of Nigerians.
It's been a more robust Senate, if you like. More robust in the sense that it's been able to, for me, pass some pro-people resolutions.
However, going forward, the lawmakers are advised to examine ways of making their resolutions binding on the executive.
There is this, we have done our own part attitude that you see from the Senate. We've done our own part, let the executive do theirs. No, it's not enough for you to unearth things. There's also that critical part of following through.
Now, next year promises to be very interesting for the National Assembly. Both chambers will continue with the process of amending the 1999 Constitution, and the federal lawmakers will also continue work on the petroleum industry bill.
The Senate is also expected to consider the report of investigations into the management of fuel subsidy, and Nigerians will be watching to see if the report and subsequent actions will throw up another wave of controversy in the country. I'm Linda Kibe.
And I'm Larry Lassese for Channels Television News.